Put yourself in position to win big on Kentucky Derby Day with the power of daily racing form. Visit shop.drf.com and get past performances, expert picks, betting strategies, clock reports, and more. Again, that's shop.drf.com. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, taking a look at Kentucky Derby contender Lord Miles, the upset winner of the Wood Memorial, a race we're going to take a look at right now. Lord Miles was 59-1 in this race. He was fifth in his prior start against Tapit Trice in the Tampa Bay Derby, but Lord Miles took the necessary step forward, Mike. He's going to win a 3-horse blanket photo.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty significant step forward in this race, Dan. He goes from a 79 Beyer top up to a 91 here. It's pretty game to prevail. It is going to come down to a 3-horse photo. He is going to go to his wrong lead late, but he's still going to surge, and he's just going to get there. There are some things to like about this horse.
Maybe he's just a late developer. After his first couple of races, a win sprinting at Gulfstream, a close third in the one-turn Mucho Macho Man, and then off-the-board finishes in the Holy Bull and the Tampa Bay Derby, one would be fair to assume that maybe this horse was a late-running sprinter, but he got it done at 1 1/8. He's by Curlin, the Damsa half-sister to champion Caledonia Road, who won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Maybe more distance and a little bit of maturity is all this horse has been waiting for.
Yeah, it does seem like maturity is probably the key point there, Dan. It just feels like, especially in the Wood Memorial, and now listen, it could be debated how strong that prep was in the grand scheme of things, and maybe it just wasn't one of the better prep races. But this horse still ran the race that he ran there. It was a big improvement for him, and it was also a race where he got himself into a really good position throughout the running there. He wasn't, just sort of sitting back and trying to make one run into the race, which seems like it kind of worked against him in a couple of his earlier races.
In analyzing the Wood Memorial results, however, did he run significantly better than Hit Show, the runner-up, who sort of had a lousy post position and was the beaten favorite, but beaten only by a neck?
I mean, I don't think I would say he ran significantly better than Hit Show in this race, Dan. But I don't really feel like, to me anyway, when I go back and watch that race, I don't feel like Lord Miles lucked into that win in any way. I mean, he got the trip, he got Hit Show. Yeah, he had a tough post. He was wide around the first turn. After that, I thought Hit Show, for the most part, had a pretty clean trip and had every chance to win. Lord Miles outfinished him at the end. So I just feel like this horse took a nice step forward in that most recent start, because he certainly ran a better race than, compared to anything he had done prior to that. And I still think Hit Show is a pretty nice horse. This horse got the better of him.
While he's not a burner from the gate, I don't think he's a one-run closer as well. I think that his jock can put Lord Miles wherever he wants to be, given an alert break. Can you see this horse maybe 6-7 lengths off the lead, maybe in the third flight in a comfortable position? I don't think he has to come from $1 million out of it.
I don't either. It's going to be very interesting, though, to see what happens if they do wind up, with a sort of a faster paced Derby this year. We'll see how that all shakes out, because I'm not really sure that the trip that he pulled in the Wood Memorial is going to be available to him in a race like the Derby, where he was never that far away. But certainly this is a horse who he feels like he's learning as time goes on, Dan. So I wouldn't expect to see him, sort of way, way back in the pack in Kentucky.
Lord Miles does need to take a step forward. 93 Beyer in the Wood Memorial, a career best, but he's coming into the race in very good form for a very good horseman in Sappy Joseph.